Okay, great. Next slide, please. I'll try to keep this short. Okay, so this is going to be an overview of what we've done over the past year regarding crew training and also community training. Of course, our mission statement, more or less, is that crew training in geology, including lunar science, including in field methods, is a critical step for successful Artemis missions. So I want to just tell you what we've done and also talk a little bit about where we're going, some of the plans, some of the things, the achievements that we're right at the edge of, and some of the next steps. So next slide, please. Okay, so in the past, I've talked about the fact that we've got this three-phase training program starting with incoming astronaut classes. We're going to be getting a new astronaut class this summer. Super excited about that. Ending with Artemis assigned crew training. And then in the middle, between those two end members, we have training for crew members who are not assigned to crews or training for the Artemis community. That includes decision makers, it includes flight controllers, it includes people who are designing hardware and software, all the people that touch Artemis in one way or the other. And we have two signature classes now. One of them is the week-long Lunar Fundamentals class. We have a team of about 10 people who've put together that class. It's really fun. We've now delivered it 4 times. In the past year, we've delivered it twice. And so we have a total of 60 students, including about probably somewhere between 15 and 20 from the crew office. But we also include, again, flight controllers, flight directors, people who need to understand something about the moon because they're going to be working on Artemis missions. Then the other signature class is our field class. We call it Geo 101. We just got back last week. We've held 3 classes since we talked last year. So now since 2019, we've introduced field methods to more than 200 of our colleagues. And again, these are decision makers, managers, associate administrators, Moon to Mars project managers, the mission managers, again, flight directors, flight controllers, everybody who touches surface operations, just to have some insight into what it means to do surface operations. So we've been really busy on the building the base and the Artemis community front. Then we also, what's important, it's not exactly training, but it touches introducing geologic material to the crew office and to the flight controllers, and that's participating in the lunar integrated testing. And this is something that our colleagues, Trevor Graff and Angela Garcia, are really punched into in a big way. That means that when they're testing hardware or developing procedures for the suits, for the tools in any of the JSC facilities, like the Neutral Buoyancy Lab or the Gravity Offload System or the Rock Yard, there are geologic tasks that are, and operational tasks and geology that are folded into those tests. And so that's a sort of a surreptitious way of getting geology training to crew members and to the community as well. And of course, there's the big integrated testing, like the Jet 5 test that occurred last summer. And again, we have crew members, and so they get a chance to touch geology, touch surface operations in those forums. Next slide, please. So then the No Kidding crew training, Artemis 2 is our crew. And we've had a chance now to do quite a bit of training with them, more than we've been lucky because as Kelsey mentioned, we've taken them out into the field now twice. So they've been to Kamastast and Impact Crater. A couple of years ago, this past summer, we took them to Iceland, where they were able to directly observe and document planetary processes. And even though they're not going to be going to the surface of the moon, they're going to be observing and documenting lunar processes from orbit. So this provides like a really good background and base for their observations. And they've also been a pathfinder for us for Artemis 3, and we really appreciate that. So we've got a few photographs at the bottom of them going through their rock and mineral jeopardy, learning about rocks and minerals, both in the classroom and the field. The next steps, next month, actually in less than a month, we will be providing them training on orbital observations and the operations, lunar geography, introducing them to their flight products, and then we will be, as Kelsey mentioned, working with them in simulations. Next slide, please. Okay, so Artemis 3, we don't have a crew yet. But we've been preparing for crew training now for several years. We've got a team, again, a core team of about 10 people, but with other people participating, it's probably closer to 20 or 25 people. We've been developing advanced lunar and geology content. It's site agnostic, but it covers the basics of impact processes, volcanic processes, deformation, lunar deformation, volatiles, of course, samples and sample science. And the content is almost completely developed now. We're going through reviews. We go through dry runs with our flight operations colleagues to get feedback and to refine that material so that we are ready to go when we do get a crew named. We are mapping out our field portfolio. We've validated the objectives and the logistics in Iceland and the Nevada National Security Site. We partner with the Department of Energy, and we just got back from the Flagstaff area as well. And then we put together the training plan, presented it to the SMD Human Exploration Control Board for approval. They have approved it, so this enables us to work with SMD's blessing with the Flight Operations Directorate. Then ongoing steps, next steps, we are ongoing participating in crew training meetings, work the training office, the XEVA trainers, making sure that the science and the operations are completely intertwined. And then we are just waiting for the crew assignment. We'll be going to Kamastoston Impact Crater this summer to make sure that that site is evergreen, hopefully with some members from the crew office. And I think that's all that I have. Thank you.